Hi and welcome to today's session on drawing quadratic graphs. So what I'm going to be looking to do is use our table of values to produce some coordinates which we'll then plot onto a graph, which is going to help us then sketch our quadratic curve. Now bear in mind this is going to be a curve. This isn't going to be a line like what we get with our linear equations. With quadratic equations we get a curved line. So as an example, we've got x squared plus 1 and our table of values going from -2 to 2. Starting off with 0, we get 1, which is nice because anytime that we replace x with 0, we'll always be left with the number at the end of our equation. And then 1 squared plus 1 equals 2, 2 squared plus 1 equals 5, minus 1 squared plus 1 equals 2, and -2 squared plus 1 equals 5. Now to plot these points, we've got 0, 1, so 0 on our x, 1 on our y-axis. We've got 1, 2, so 1 on our x-axis, 2 on our y-axis, and then so on and so forth for the others. Once our points are plotted, normally use a little X to plot these. Once they are plotted on the graph, we are then going to join these with a curved line. Now, certainly never use the ruler for this. Don't ever see straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line. It has to be a curved line. So my suggestion is to draw this freehand and maybe use the ball of your hand to help you curve as you are drawing around. So that was using a positive x squared, but now we are going to have a little look at negative x squared. So with the positive x squared, the curve started from the top, came down and then went back up, so creating a minimum point. When we've got a negative x squared, we're going to start from the bottom, going up, coming back down, so I'm going to be creating a maximum turning point. So as for our example, we've got y equals negative x squared plus x plus 2. And our table of values is going to go from -3 all the way up to 4. So starting off with 0, of course we're going to be left with just 2. And then we're going to do what happens when x equals 1. So we've got 1 squared, but of course this becomes -1 plus 1 equals 0 plus 2. That gives us 2. When we replace x with 2, our answer is 0. Replacing x with 3, our answer is -4. Replacing x with 4, our answer is -10. But of course, we know that there's going to be some form of symmetry here. So for -1, we are going to have 0. For -2, we're going to have -4. And for -3, we're going to have -10. Now, as you probably spotted, if we was to plot these points, we've got 2 points here, which is going to be on where y equals 2. And when we are drawing a quadratic curve, we need a point where the curve is going to turn, whether it's positive or negative curve. In which case, we need to now find a point that is in between these 2 points just here. So I'm going to use 0.5. This is because I've got a 2 here and a 2 here. In which case, if those 2 numbers are the exact same, I'm looking for points smack bang in the middle of these. So rather than using 0 or 1, I'm going to use the number in the middle of 0 and 1, which is 0.5. And then, of course, when I substitute in 0.5, I get 2.25. Now, if I was to plot all these points into my graph, here's all my points, and then I've joined it with a curved line. But like I said, because it's a negative x squared, our curve is starting from the bottom, heading upwards, and then going back down to the bottom. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.